Hi guys, okay, today I want to have a quick discussion about the rifle that I'm currently using and the rifle that you're seeing in my videos at the moment. As you've seen in the previous videos, this is my Sauer 202. It's a classic and it is chambered in 270 Winchester. Just to give you a better view of the overall rifle and the setup that I'm using at the moment. As you can see in the picture, the setup that I currently use, I use a rear bag just to support the back, and then I've got this Coldwell front. The rifle is currently equipped with a Leupold VX6 6-24 by 52 scope. It has a Boone & Crockett reticle that is illuminated in the center. Okay, so let's start talking about the specs of this rifle. It's got a relatively short barrel. It's finished off at 22 inches. The rifle has a 1 in 10 twist. Before I touch the rifle, I just want to say that the rifle is safe. The chamber is clear and there is nothing in the magazine. When I do illustrate the trigger and the action, I will be using these dummy rounds just to show you. If we have a look at the bolt, I'll quickly take it out. I don't know how well you can see, but the bolt has got 3 locking lugs and 3 backup locking lugs behind them. As we put the bolt back, you can see how smooth this action is and how little play there is in the bolt itself. The bolt has got a 60-degree throw when you open it and has got a real smooth operation. It really is one of the best actions that I have come across to date for a hunting rifle. The barrel does not have a conventional thread like most rifles. Instead, it is held in place by a clamp situated on the action, and the bolt physically locks into the barrel when the bolt is closed. The rifle has got a 3-round magazine capacity. The magazine has got a metal construction with a plastic bottom plate. It is a single stack type of magazine. This magazine loads quite easily, as I'll now illustrate, and then we'll move on to see how it chambers in the rifle. So that's in and that's in. Okay, so the rifle is now loaded. We will now have a look at its safety features. Okay, so the rifle is loaded now. If we want to make the rifle safe by enabling the safety mechanism, we simply press down this button over here. The rifle is now safe, and the advantage of this safety mechanism is that it's got a very quiet operation. When the safety is enabled, you'll notice this protrusion coming out here by your trigger. That's just to indicate that your safety is on as well, and then if you want to put your safety off, you simply press that up and this top pin simply comes out again. It's got the red ring around it to show you that the firearm is now able. This rifle is equipped with a standard trigger as well as a single set trigger. The trigger pull weight with a standard trigger is around about 1.5 kilograms or 3.3 pounds roughly, and then with a single set trigger it's roughly halved. Then it has a pull weight of 700 grams, which is roughly 1.5 pounds. The trigger is a single stage trigger. It's got no creep whatsoever. This will just illustrate the standard trigger on the rifle. Okay, so that was the standard trigger. If we simply recock the rifle and we press the trigger forward, now we enable the single set trigger and our pull weight has been reduced to roughly 1.5 pounds, and it's got a much lighter pull. Note, I've been doing this with the dummy round in the chamber. This is just to simply protect the firing pin, as we do not want to damage it. My lighting is not adequate, but I want to try and show you. It has some type of a silicone or plastic insert that the firing pin can strike, simulating a real round going off and hopefully preventing damage to this firearm. Is capable of interchanging calibers, and your options with the 270 configuration is 6.5 by 55, 6.5 by 57, 7 by 64, 270 Winchester, which is what I've got, 2506, 3006 and 8 by 57. Changing the calibers can be accomplished by obviously changing your barrel and then your bolt face if necessary. The barrel, like I said, just loosens with 3 clamps, but it is, however, a rather, I would say, difficult and tedious operation, because this whole front part of the stock needs to be taken off. The scope is mounted in Leupold rings, and it is attached to worn 2-piece bases. Okay, so I've just removed the aluminium caps that cover the turrets. This is a hunting scope, so hence the scope is adjustable in 1/4 minute of angle increments, and the dials are nice and large to be able to see. However, the scope only clearly indicates every 2 minutes of angles, so it is quite difficult, I find, sometimes to precisely dial in between. At this point in time, this is my long range setup and my long range rifle, even though it is only a hunting rifle with a relatively skinny barrel. But I do have plans, because I want to keep this as my hunting rifle, and I want to maybe get something that's a bit better suited to long range, because the best bullet I can get commercially for this gun at the moment is the Berger Classic Hunter 130 grain, which has a G1BC of 0.497, and that is about the max I can get. Having said that, it is capable of good accuracy. I've shot numerous half-minute of angle groups with it at 100 yards or 100 meters approximately. So I don't have anything to complain about there. The setup to me just seems a little impractical, because the rifle does not have a stud on the bottom over here to be able to mount a bipod, and drilling of any holes into the wood would void the warranty that comes with the rifle. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll upload some more videos soon.